Alright, we're here again. Yes, I think we are. Oh, before I actually put this online, I'm going to check and check whether I am online. Let's try this. grep inet for IP address. See if that works. And we'll see if we have an actual IP address. Because you can hope. Chuggity. And yes. Okay. Right, we're on, definitely. And 10.1.10.42 is on the wireless LAN. Which I think that counts as success in my book. We're on the network. There was a glitch last time. I have no idea why. Like the Teletype forgot how to connect to the Wi-Fi, and now it's remembered again. So here we are. All right, remind me not to bang the various pieces of hardware that are lying around here. Okay, welcome. If you're tuning in for the very first time, congratulations, you found it. You found my wonderful stream. Bear with me, I'm going to go set some like channel preference, whatever, description stuff on Twitch while I describe what this channel's all about for the new viewers, all 75 of you. The thing here is now how do I do this? Click, click. Can I go edit? Edit. Yeah, I can go edit. This is a Teletype model ASR33, which is a computer terminal from about the late 60s. And like most things from the late 60s, it's noisy and old, but it's quite wonderful. So yeah, I'm gonna see, let's see, add a tag there, yeah, okay, anyway, What's today's subject? I don't really know what today's subject is yet. So we'll see. Today's subject, I think, is going to be something like making the teletype work properly. Like high goals here. Yeah. Yeah. And then I have some things to plot on the pen plotter as well, and I would love to plot some of those things. I'll show you what I have in mind in a little while. Yeah, we'll come to those. But first, I have all sorts of things in my bag. I've only just arrived here. This is at the Brickyard Collaborative in Lynn. And it's late in the evening, so there's nobody actually working on other projects here. I've got the whole place to myself, which is kind of cool. But I brought some stuff in my bag. Let me go break it out and show less interesting to you than it is to me. I have some little foldy boxes because when I punch tape on this machine, I want to have a nice convenient way to take a little roll of punch tape like this and mail it to people who want such things. And you can just like go onto my Etsy store and give me a couple bucks in postage and you'll get one in the post. But the thing that was missing, the missing ingredient, was a convenient box to mail them in. So I bought some convenient boxes to mail them in. And in theory these things fold up into little 1-inch cartons that will be super convenient mailers. So I'm very pleased. Although this is kind of like let's fold some cardboard. So anyway, there's that. And in a related vein, I've also got some like tubes, mailing tubes. Because then if I take some of this printout and somebody wants me to send it to them, then it's now super easy. All I do is put it in a tube and mail it. So I can do that. So there's an assembled box, which is like perfect. It's really cute and the right size to put a roll of tape in, so I can take a roll of tape, put it in there, with a little note and say thank you and mail it somewhere. So, if you want to be a recipient of my first little box, go onto my Etsy store. Thank you. Now the other things, what else? I got a USB cable because when this machine is off the Wi-Fi, I gotta have USB to connect to it, which probably makes people who've never seen a Teletype computer connected to them before wonder, what? This dates well before USB was a thing. It dates before like RS-232 was a thing. It dates to the 1963 something era when you got a current loop and ASCII was new and shiny and only had 127 characters in it. So yeah, it's connected to a Raspberry Pi kind of thing in the back that needs a USB cable for me to connect if the Wi-Fi is broken. So now this is my emergency. I got to rake the thing around and plug it in the back. I wonder, I should just do that. I mean, that's what I'm here for, is to do useful things. So bear with me. I'm going to pick up this horrible machine. It's kind of heavy. And I'm very space constrained right now. There we are. Lovely. I'll show you what's in back. I mean, luckily I don't have like a whole vintage computer department here, because having a vintage Teletype terminal is quite enough. So the profile on this thing is kind of funny, and a bit nice, I think, actually. Here's a little CHAD box containing bits that have fallen through from the punch. Please do not ask me to send you bits in the mail, because you will regret it. They're sticky and they get everywhere, and the only thing to do, I think, is burn them in the fire. Hey Russell, thanks for joining us. And then down here is the machinery that's running it, and it's this Raspberry Pi style thing, which is actually a Google like Edge TPU, whatever, and then some custom electronics that do the serial interface. So what I was going to do is actually just unplug. There is this USB-C to C cable that I have in the back, and it's useless because my laptop doesn't do USB-C. So let's try that again. Okay. Yeah. Pull that thing out. So while I'm kind of chattering, there is the Vintage Computer Festival East coming up in a couple of weeks in Wall, New Jersey, and I forget the name of the place that it's at, but anyway, the wall can't be that big. I'm going to just go there and find it. So yeah, I'm going to drive down. My plan is to drive down from Boston on the Friday evening. Maybe stop in the city depending how things are. Drive down, stay somewhere cheap Friday night. Get up in the morning, go to see Ken Thompson at his keynote on Saturday, and hang out and meet people at the Vintage Computer Festival. And that sounds like a wonderful way to spend a weekend for me. My wife doesn't really think so. For her, it's not quite so exciting, but she doesn't mind. So I think it'll just be me. And that means, I got a decision to make. Do I need to take anything with me? And I think the answer is no. I'm not going to take anything with me. And then the second piece is, if I'm going to have a car, I can offer a ride. So anybody who's watching this and fancies a road trip from Boston to the Jersey Shore to talk about vintage computers, then just hit me up. I'll give you a ride. Alright, USB-C job is done. I now have a real USB that I can plug into things, and it's connected to the console port so that it's always on. And this is like, I'll get U-boot messages on this. Job done. Is that enough hardware? I think that's enough hardware tinkering for now. Oh, but I should show you. While we have this thing turned around. Let me show you the strange piece of provenance out the back. You read that? It says Model 32. And this is not a Model 32, this is a Model 33. And so the interesting piece of provenance is Yeah, of course this is a Model 33. It's an ASCII device. It has all the things you'd expect, an ASCII keyboard and an ASCII printer. But the actual base plate of it, I took this up to Wayne in Vermont for some refurbishing work. And Wayne was a delight and helped me completely get this thing on the road. And in the process he said, "Oh, your base plate is really dirty. Why don't I swap it out for a clean one? I just happen to have a spare one lying around here." And so he swapped it out for a clean one, which came from a Model 32. I mean, the 32 and the 33, the 32 is just the Teletype version of the 33. So the 32 has 5-bit data path and ITA2, Murray, Bordeaux, whatever you want to call that, 5-bit, 5-level code, and it has a 5-level tape punch with a 5-level printer, but this is a 33, so it has 8 bits. Not just audio, but everything else. Secondary camera and everything. Sorry about that. It's kind of strange because, well, I don't know. I've got this very flaky setup with a MacBook. And, yeah. Very flaky setup with a MacBook, and it only has 2 USB ports. One of them has the video camera, this thing. And then the other has the little webcam video camera, and it also has a blue snowball microphone, but I think the connection is flaky, and it's flaky enough that you just jiggle the cables and everything breaks. And that's the new technology, that's not even the old stuff. Right, where was I? Yeah, my shopping list. Things that arrived in the mail that are interesting. I showed you the interesting stuff. Little cardboard boxes. The next thing is one of these. It's a Deutsche Farbband, and it even comes with a nice little German shipping label that says, "Hey, dear customer, thanks for shopping with us." So these are the best ribbons that I've found so far, or at least I really like them. And I got them on Amazon, but they're made of silk, and so where it says Zyda, that's, I think, silk, and they're brand new typewriter ribbons. And I noticed that my current ribbon it's not like totally faded, but it's a little bit faded. So I figure I could fix it. I bought a couple of these. They take a while to arrive because they ship from Germany, but they're really nice. And I'm not quite ready to replace the ribbon. Not because it's not faded enough, but actually because these don't have reversing rivets built on them. Hey Erasmus, good evening. Oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long to get them here. It's not like you press the button and they're there next day, which Amazon has kind of trained me for. So yeah, these things, they don't have reversing rivets near the end of the ribbon. And with this one, I put just staples. I took a stapler and put a couple staples to it, because then when it hits this, and you can't really see it that distance, but if I zoom in, you can see it. That this here is a little thing, and it's articulated and connected to one this side as well. And if the ribbon comes to the end, then a little rivet in the ribbon will catch it and pull it, and that'll reverse the ribbon rotation. So these ribbons don't come with rivets, and I want to find like a good thing for them. So if you have any ideas, like what's a great ribbon rivet, then I'm all ears. And then I'll take this little device here and wind the ribbons onto my metal spools. And the metal spools are there for a reason, because plastic ones pop off and then they jump off when it's printing, and then you've got like ribbon all over the floor. So anyway, where did we get to? Did I have a task today other than just unpacking my bag? I think I did. So yeah, I did. I mean, the thing, the task that I really want to like work on a little bit is this problem that I have, that ED, the standard editor, has this symptom of, like, I go into the editor and then the very first character I type, it's going to repeat like something. Actually, I think it's repeating this message here that says foo, no such file or directory. That's not a problem with the editor. Well, maybe it is, but it seems like a weird problem for the editor to have. And I've seen the same problem other places. And then when I'm appending, like every character gets repeated. So this, oh, let me hit, okay, I'm not going to save this, I'm going to quit. Oh, I don't know what my command not found was at the end of, oh. Well, I don't know what my pym thing is. Oh, maybe just my Python environment is busted. Well, maybe indeed my Python environment is busted. Because I transferred all this stuff from my old Raspberry Pi onto this newbie box, and the Google machine was set up with way different things than the Raspberry Pi had. And yeah, so there's all sorts of stuff like just missing, completely missing in action. Yeah, so I got to go like, okay, let's figure out pyenv. I got to do a little googling here and see how do I install pyenv, because I can't remember. There is a pyenv installer, but how, if, what? Ah, I'm sure I'd like fixed all of this. I'm convinced. There's no directory called plan. That's weird. I'm convinced I was running. I was totally running like Python stuff on here. So what happened? Oh no! This means I've got to start taking backups. Yeah. Wow. That's not good. Ah. That is potentially a problem. Let's show you the whole thing. I/O error. Reading the directory. Dot. Oh my goodness. That could be a problem. Yeah, okay, I've got a root directory. I've got a temp fs. Yeah, it's in the home. I'm in my home directory. I've only just logged in. But something is broken. Yeah, something's broken. I am logged in as 33 ASR. As ASR33, yeah, and it's got an automatic login on the Getty. I mean, my home directory maybe have just gone away. Let's see where I mounted it. This is all on an SD card. Oh. No, I think that's okay. Yeah, and if I look back a little bit, this, you can't see. The paper's off the edge of the screen here. It's on mount/data. I didn't restore it recently. It was working. Everything was working and it just isn't. The symptom that I had last week was that the Wi-Fi had stopped. And then today I turn it on and the Wi-Fi is just fine. Well, yeah, okay, so what am I going to do? My home directory is completely empty, I think. Oh, I should have done -LA for everything. Let's do the process. Yeah, okay. It is a link from home ASR33 is to mount/data/ASR33, so that's fine. Let's go there. And do a long listing. Oh, so there's an I/O error. I have literally an I/O problem on my home directory. Wow, okay. My home directory is hosed. Yeah, I do. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, that didn't work. So how do I like check my disk? Yeah, something is. I think it must be like a corrupt SD card. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at the end of D message. Absolutely. And sure enough, great detective work, thank you. Okay. Yeah, a long message. All right. Okay. All these long messages. All these terrible long messages. Okay. Get the adapter code to truncate or to insert a character down line feed. Yeah. So actually I've done it already, I just haven't turned it on. And the command that turns it on has disappeared into the void. My wrap, I have a little escape sequence that if I send it will turn word wrap on. Oh, I could do tput. No, it's not AM. Oh no. Oh, that's even worse. My home is gone. That's even worse. Okay. I think absolutely. Let me. let me unmount that thing. So I can't unmount /mount/data. Can I schedule a fsck at startup? I could. How do I fsck? I wonder. Can I unmount it? What do you think? I mean, I could fsck that whole thing. Oh, okay. My little Googling in the background says I can create a file called force fsck in the root partition, and it'll just fsck everything. So fsck. Okay. So in my root, yeah, I got some stuff in root. And then you mount dash. Is that an I or an L? L for lazy. You mount dash L for lazy. Oh, okay. Well, let's try it. Yeah. And the CPU is fairly fast, and I think the disk is pretty fast. The SD. I mean, it's a good camera quality SD card. So, yeah. So you can see from the timestamps, the whole thing is only a few weeks old. Oh, I love that proc is dated Jan 1, 1970. I didn't realize. Oh, that's really awesome. But yeah, the whole machine is only like 6 weeks old, judging by the timestamps on the root. So yeah, I think I can force it as a check, and let's try this U-mount -L and see what happens. What's next? Bar. Oh, what else comes after var? VM. Oh, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what these are. All right. U-mount. -L. Data. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of stuff mounted. Who knew? Who knew there were so many file systems on here? I don't know what any of this stuff is. That's the problem. You like turn in some fancy new machine, and it's the size of a credit card, and you switch it on, and it's got like, boom, all this complicated stuff. I need a simpler machine. Give me a simpler computer. What even is CD? Oh, this is a kernel feature that limits and isolates resource usage of a collection of processes. But what? Yeah, it's like a Red Hat. But no, this is Debian, or it's Debian derived. Well, yeah. I mean, there is some strange stuff in this OS, and it's not necessarily just systemd things, because there's huge table fs. Okay, I've got an MQ because there's a coprocessor. There's this like TensorFlow coprocessor on this machine, and so I expected a little bit of weirdness just to drive them. But who knows? Yeah. Okay. Well, here we are. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I can't remember the arguments to fsck other than like a path. But oh yeah, I can just fscheck, I think, mount data. Let's try it. And I hope that I don't need any fancy parameters. We'll see. I should have maybe had -y to confirm. Well, recovering his journal, it maybe is okay. I'm gonna restart the machine, and it'll force the fscheck. Absolutely, Linux is way complicated. There are little mirages of simplicity left that, on a hot day, rise up from the past to persuade you that there's water at the end of the light. And no, it's complexity all the way down. So let's do a restart, and I'll get automatic login after the file system check, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, straighten out some paper. Okay, I am logged in. I'm not even sure that systemd is such a bad thing. It's just like another massively complicated piece. At least they didn't write it in Java. Although today, to be honest, I was looking at, what was it? Something that looks really cool that is written in Java, and I was almost tempted to install it. And luckily I decided not to. It was the automation platform from the NSA that escaped to Apache a few years ago, and it's called Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, forgetting the dash R. I have not had the 2-hour drive, but I have had like, oh no, where did that machine actually physically live? Where have I got it? Where have I put it? Yeah. I have shut down machines that are a long way away, but I'm not going to tell you all the details because they send a flashing green light after me. Alright, I'm logged in. And I've got a slightly strange glitch. Like, after a line drop, sometimes it loses a bit or something. I don't know. Occasionally I'm losing bits. But yes, it's back! Thank you for your help. This is awesome. I wouldn't have been able to do this without help. And now I've got back to square one where I started. Okay. This is awesome. Thank you. So pleased. Yeah, that's a good question. Do I still have Wi-Fi? I mean, one way I can find out is by going on here and finding my terminal and seeing if I can ping the machine. That's not a good sign. Can I ping my temp auto host? No, that's not a good sign either. Yeah, okay, let's see. I think I need a little kind of login thing that writes out my public IP address. No, this is not looking hopeful, because 192.168, oh no, that's the USB. It has Wi-Fi over USB, and that's fine. 172, this is not good. That's no use to me. I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Okay, well, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I have a home directory but no Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi but no home directory. Which would I prefer really? Well, both. Okay, that USB cable that I plugged in earlier is suddenly going to become a useful thing. Now if my sound goes away, you'll know why, because I'm just messing with USB. And let's try plug it in. Plugged in. Okay. And back in here, do I have a device for it? No. I should have a 10 base 5. Yeah. I got a funny story about networking. It's so weird. It's like I've spent most of my career on network applications. It's like that's what I've done with my life. And maybe it's in atonement for, I mean, no, I think it's just like timing. It's like everything's on the network now, and the internet became important. But there was a time in the very early 80s when I was working at a place in Oxford, and we were doing like BBC Micro stuff and little plotters and robots and PC software, but there was this huge range of PCs, right? Because the IBM PC was like one of many, and they all had different displays and all of that stuff. And I think this company is still in business. But then there was some kind of friends of the firm who came around, and one guy worked at a company called Graphox, which was doing a spreadsheet. So this must have been 83, 84, and he came by carrying a couple network cards and said, "Look what I've got! I've got a network card." And I was like, "What's that for? What do you mean? What do you do? Like, what happens if you plug in a network card, like to a computer, to a PC?" It's like, then what? What do you mean you can network? Like, then what? Like, there's no software that lets you actually talk from one machine to it. I totally didn't get it, and yeah. So I didn't go play with the network cards at that stage because I totally didn't get the value proposition. And then later, of course, I realized that's what computers are for. All right. So yeah, I don't know. That's exactly what I'm wondering. This USB modem, I think, there was also this little pop-up dialog that appeared that you can't see that said a new network adapter has been detected. And so I'm wondering if this is now a SSH over USB to the host. Because if you look on the host, there is this thing here, and you can see at the edge of it, scope, global, USB 0. So I think this is actually my IP address. So if I SSH from here, 192.168.100.2, then I wonder if it's gonna like figure out that I can SSH over USB. It seems kind of unlikely. It's like, how does that even happen? It's a USB to 300 baud acoustic, 110 baud, I'll have you know, acoustic coupler device. Yeah. So I thought that this was going to, once I plug it in, it's just going to be a device, like a TTY device. And it didn't show up as a TTY device. I could try what was it called again? Lost it. .tty dot USB modem. No, it's gone. Where is it gone? It's gone away again. TTY.USB modem blah, just doesn't exist again. Well, what is this? It's gone. It was there and it's not anymore. How strange. and that SSHing into that that address is absolutely not doing anything. And I don't want the Docker. I'm surprised Docker is even on this. Like, why is Docker on this device? I may have to just like take it offline, unplug, sit with a laptop and no old-fashioned terminal, and go reset my expectations, or even plug it back in that little old Raspberry Pi that was running it beforehand. Well, what else could we do without getting ridiculously bored by the whole endeavor? It would be nice to fix kind of why kind of. It would be nice to have a solid hardwired debugging place. Does my MacBook have a 192.168 something address? I have a tunnel, I have a bridge 0, I have a Ethernet 2 with nothing on it, I have a Ethernet 1 with nothing on it. Oh, now I have AIY-SBC network interface has not been set up, this little pop-up dialog. So I'm gonna go add that thing. And I'm not sure. It says USB serial. There's no USB serial doesn't work. iPhone USB, that's not connected. There's literally no such thing. Sorry, I'm kind of talking into the dialog box here that you can't see. Does my MacBook have a 192. Whatever IP address? Let's get to the bottom of that. Ethernet 0. I'm on a 10 network, 10.1. That's my Wi-Fi. I have localhost. And yeah, so Ethernet this is the Wi-Fi. I don't have a 192. anything. Okay. Oh, right. I do have a connection that didn't. Okay. Now this is interesting. I'm going to try to find this window because this window is interesting enough to look at. And it says there, that's what it is. So you can see that now. So it added this little device. And AIY is Google's name for like the Coral project. But now it says either the cable is not plugged in or the device at the other end is not responding. Configure IPv4 using DHCP. I don't even know what bootp is. But that seems like... that seems right. And now it's active. Okay, well if that's active, then I should be able to SSH to it. Yes. All right. And yay, here I am. I am connected to the machine that it's connected to. And more than that, I can do the Wi-Fi configuration thing. Can I remember the name of it? If I look at my notes, I might find them. Net mumble. No, I think it was I something or other. Let's go back here. Switch this thing away from network preferences and back to something that'll help me figure out where I was. Coral with Google. It's one of the standard. Oh, new updates. Oh, that means I should do this. I should do an update. Oh, and of course it can't. Sorry, you can't see this. I had the bright idea of doing an apt-get update without realizing, of course, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Okay. Yeah. So the thing for this Google TPU machine, this Raspberry Pi style thing, is they've got a bunch of new stuff. Okay, let's put that in a new tab and we'll read it later. But I want to see the documentation on how to get started, because somewhere here it's this completely obvious standard, like Unix nowadays networking setup. Blah 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 blah. Let's keep going. Very complicated setup for this little device, but anyway, this device is actually pretty amazing, but it's going to take me a whole lifetime before I even get to use all of its features. But here we are. Connect to the internet. NMTUI. Okay. Now, NMTUI. That should be good enough for anybody. And here it is. Let's pull this up so you can see more of the screen. Let's have a look. There is a Indy21 activate. Indy21 is my local Wi-Fi. It should work, and there is a command line, like an actual command line UI to this as well. But since I'm SSH'd into the device, I should actually do it like the cheap and easy way. I don't know why there's a Docker. I shouldn't need Docker on this machine for anything. I'm not that modern. Although the idea of like having a Teletype be the console for a Docker-based like container has some like particularly attractiveness somewhere. I think the Wi-Fi's busted.
No, I have Ethernet 0 not connected to anything. And this is Wi-Fi, it's not hardwired. I mean, it says wired connection 1, right? But there's nothing into the Ethernet socket. USB 0 Ethernet. This is kind of cool, actually. I like it. It's a new thing to me. I didn't realize, like, how does that work? The USB serial pretended to be a SSH, a ball network connection. I don't know. Okay, that didn't work. That absolutely didn't work. So let's go edit. I'm going to take that one and delete it. And go, do I need the Docker bridge? I should just leave it, break. Go back. And okay. Everything's fine. And I have all of this stuff going on. Loop back, Ethernet 0, everything's down. USB 0 is up. WLAN 0 is down. What? I don't know why that didn't work. Let's try this again. Edit a connection. Okay, add Wi-Fi. Actually, I think cancel. Back. Activate. Oh, it's actually completely forgotten in D21. That's weird. Like, why is it completely forgotten? Okay, let's add a Wi-Fi connection to Indy 21 with no spaces. Okay. Security, yes, it's got to be some of this. And then my crib sheet. Can you hear the clapping in the background? There's like some fun noise going on. There's like a crowd next door, and the crowd is doing roller derby, which I think is so funny. So anyway, 3 da 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 da. Okay, I shouldn't need any of those. Automatically connect. Okay, and let's edit that and call it Indy21. Okay. Activate. It's active. Okay. Okay. And I don't know what this means. Processing interface removed signal for path da da da. No. I don't even know like how to restart the network because there's like 25 ways to do that now. And it's not nmtcli, it's mmcli. And okay. This is a useful... No, it doesn't. That could have been a useful command if it did anything useful. Yeah. Okay. NMT options object command help. Okay, options. All of the options are just options. General help. Status. Okay. Wi-Fi is enabled. Okay, that's great. Oh, this is interesting. Yay! Okay, I can live with this. Did it pick up the Wi-Fi? No. It didn't pick up the Wi-Fi. It's completely dropped my Wi-Fi. No. I turned Wi-Fi off, and now I turned it back on again. I'm going to have to restart the machine again. I don't know how to restart just networking. Yeah, it's a mystery. Oh, it's like, yeah, you're right, Linux. But then, like, how big is that machine, right? I mean, it has 64 gigs of storage. It has 4 CPUs. It has all sorts of, like, yeah. Right. I think it's probably clean if you know it all. It's like, but I don't know it all. Let's try this again. That didn't work. And on my my little terminal window, my connection didn't come back again, like probably for sensible reasons. But if I go SSH back into the machine, I can get straight back in. Bear with me 1 second while I go fix that. There we are. And it says IP address says WLAN 0 is down. How weird. Okay, there it is. This is fine. I mean, I think this is fine. Let's look at the other one. Ah, that's interesting. It's just not bound to the device. But this whole thing is like, oh, so, I do. I think I need this exact number in device. And like this whole thing. So yeah, let's assume that I need exactly that in the device thing. And I might, oh no, this is, I don't need to go set my gateway and everything directly. So let's go back here and edit. And there it is. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing should just like handle it. Then it's not. Okay. It's down. What? WLAN 0 unavailable. Qualcomm thingy, Wi-Fi. That number there looks like that number there. So I'm happy about that. Connection nothing. State 20 unavailable. NM Clyde device command help. Okay, commands are Wi-Fi, and then under Wi-Fi there's all this stuff. Wi-Fi rescan. Ah. Okay. Okay. I've completely... No, I don't want to disable the other one because then if I take it home... It's like, I'm not going to take it home. That's not what broke. Oh no. I'm like stabbing around in the dark. At least I have a full like uppercase and lowercase. Because yeah, previously in Wi-Fi land there was like the WPA supplicant.conf and that controlled everything. Or there was like some other, I don't even know what service it's running. NMT UI. Let's look at these again. This looks like it should do the right things. Okay. So, let's go back and compare it with this one. And it looks fairly similar, apart from the IPv4 is like deliberate. So that looks sensible to me. It looks fine. Activate, it's not even showing. It's not even showing, and all I did was delete it. No. How about reapply? And then an interface name. NMT Cly general, no. Device, connect, WLAN 0. Ah. Device is not activated. Okay. Status, show. We did that. That looks okay. But it says unavailable. Modify. Okay. Set. Set. Auto connect. Yes. No. Managed. Yes. I don't even know what that means. It's a command line tool for controlling network manager and reporting network status. It can do everything you might ever want to do with a network. Okay, yeah, this is fine. What does client mode mean? I don't know what client mode means. My host name is fine. I'm root, so I wonder if... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Yes, I'm happy that this is running as a client. NMCLI networking off. All interfaces managed by Network Manager are deactivated. I don't want that because my SSH connection is going to go away. Alright. Radio, Wi-Fi on. Let's do that. Oh, what was that? There it is. NMCLI radio Wi-Fi on. Okay. And WW wireless WAN. Mobile broadband, I don't have to, there's no such thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, that's fine. The thing that I did before was device. That's more, yeah, that's better. Maybe if I go back into the UI. Yeah. Oh no, it says it's active. It says it's active. Okay. And that says, okay. Secrets were required but not provided. That's interesting. Password not provided, and it can't ask. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, what happened to it then? Okay. Well, let's go back. Indy 21, there it is. Let's delete it. Delete it. Oh, thank you. No. Yeah, maybe my key was wrong, but... This UI, I think, is worse than nothing. Oh no, here it is. It's here again. Activate. Aha! I'm in the wizard mode now. There's a chance it's going to work. Hey guys. How you doing? You got a heavy box.
Laser cutting.
Are you serious?
Go for it. Yep.
Whoa! Can we plug it in? All right. Oh, that's awesome.
Exciting stuff.
All right. Now that didn't work. So yeah, what's the Wi-Fi password? And why did I type it in wrong? Like, da 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 da. That's exactly what I put in before. Do you happen to have the Wi-Fi password? One of my machines has lost its connection to the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, I actually don't.
I have it on a piece of paper at home.
Yeah.
No, it's like my laptop's on, but yeah, my other one is on. Oh yeah, we can put it on
Send out a
Slack.
Slack message.
Yeah, we can put it on Slack.
Yeah, someone will know.
Yeah. All right. This looks very promising, but I need to get the password. All right. Maybe the password changed. I mean, no, the password didn't change. Did it? It can't have, because my Mac is connected to
Right.
Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and it would have broken if it hadn't.
Yeah. It's alright.
So where are we going to put this?
Just have a little play around.
I got to get the camera pointed over there.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen every day. And before I do that, I got to click here and turn this off and get the zoom out to normal perspectives. So there's my little plotter that we didn't plot anything on yet because it's all about. And then over there, in a big box, is a super fragile. Don't drop it. Oh, that is the most exciting thing. I think I'm going to go play with the lady and sign off and come back to my Wi-Fi when we figure out what the password might be. Not everything is a capital. Luckily, my Wi-Fi password has no capital letters, so I can even do it from the teletype. All right, I'm going to sign off. No, let's not quite sign off yet, because this is working. I'm going to print something on it. And then I'll just leave it running a bit and entertain you. ASCII. And this thing that it like does the carriage returns in wrong places, I totally want to fix this, and I have no idea how to fix it yet. But I guess getting the Wi-Fi working would be step one, wouldn't it? And somewhere in here, there's a whole set of interesting. Now that's the one I want. I want to print one of these minions. Well, maybe I should do a Mario, because I haven't printed Mario for a little while. And Mario.png.text. I think that's the one. It may be minion.png.text later, but let's put cat Mario. running. I'll like go look at the laser printer. Ever so exciting in the background. Yay! Okay, so we've got slightly busted Mario here. I'm less impressed with Mario this time. Mario looked great the first time I printed him, and I think I could do a better job. I'm going to put like an image, but got to get the Wi-Fi thing first. So yeah. Right. What else could I possibly do in the meantime? Hooray! Okay. Okay. We have a got a wheelwriter project. Yes, tell me. Decoding bus commands is way more complicated. The split spacebar is a code key and a space key, but the code-altered key presses are encoded into a series of commands. Oh wow! I'd like to see a write-up because it sounds wicked complicated. Yeah. Blog it or something, that would be awesome. And yeah, I think it's a lot more sophisticated than this little device here. So I think I'm going to turn off the stream. We've printed some stuff. My Wi-Fi is still broken. I don't know why. We'll figure it out. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back online at some point. Not sure when. Maybe the weekend. Maybe next week. Anyway, doing what the 1620 Junior project did might be considerably easier. Interesting. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Really good to see you. And catch you soon. Catch you on the internet works. Cheerio.